Good evening again. This is me again. The time right now is 4:56 p.m. on Wednesday, February 19th, 2020. This is the other paper what I have to respond to the first video we done for the the violence against female that needs to be eradicated effective immediately. This is a law that I came up with. It's 2 pages, and I just want to read that to you. It's called the FFPA. And it stands for the Federal Female Protection Act. And it reads as follows. Section FF1. Any opposite gender who physically, in a violent manner, abuses a female, no matter her age, once proven in a federal court of law, must be sentenced the first time violating this law to 5 years in a federal penitentiary and fined $100,000. Section FF2. Any opposite gender who physically, in a violent manner, abuses a female, no matter her age, once proven in a federal court of law, must be sentenced the second time violating this law to 15 years to a federal prison and fined $500,000. Section FF3. Any opposite gender who physically, in a violent manner, abuses a female, no matter her age, once proven in a federal court of law, must be sentenced the third time violating this law to life in a federal penitentiary with no chance of ever being released and fined $1.5 million. Under this law, the federal government can at any time supersede and indict any state defendant or defendants who may have circumvented the state's weak domestic violence and or violence against female laws after a call from the state prosecutors at that defendant or not. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. After a call from the state prosecutors of that defendant and or defendants or not. Respectfully, this law does not apply to transgenders who surgically had their sex changed to a female. You must be born a female through nature. And that's only to say because even though you had your sex changed and all that stuff, and I understand all that there, you still a man up under all that stuff there, homie. So sorry for you. Anyway, in special circumstances, cases of mental stress or duress, let me take these off so y'all can see me and understand me that I'm dead serious about this type of shit here. This is so dear to my heart, man. It's like y'all have the faintest of a clue how serious I am about this. So now, in special extreme cases of mental stress or duress caused by the victim's opposite sex partner and the victims harmed themselves or attempted to harm themselves, once proven in a federal court of law, he must be sentenced to 3 years in a federal prison and fined $50,000. This is included on top of any of the 3 sections above, if it applies within. Under this law, judges will not be able to circumvent this law and grant the convicted defendant or defendants any downward departures of any kind. However, depending on the degree of the abuse, federal prosecutors will have full powers to charge the defendant with any of the 3 sections, no matter if it was the defendant's first time in trouble with the law or not, especially if the death resulted from his violent, cowardly acts. Also under this law, federal prosecutors are prohibited, I repeat, prohibited from making any offers to the defendants for the defendants to duck the mandated time. That snitching shit got nothing to do with this here. You can tell all you want to. You finna do this time, homie. We finna get you out these streets and protect and keep these women protected and safe. Now, the defendant's psychological, quote unquote, insanity defense tactic will not be able to come into play as a possible defense. In fact, that's all the more reason to incarcerate the defendants and keep the defendant and keep the victims, society, and possible future victims safe from the defendant's violent behavior. So all that acting like you Aki and all that shit, I'm like, I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, you did, bitch. And you finna do this motherfucking time. Get your pussy ass off these streets where you'll never harm or hurt another female ever again. That's more the reason why to put your dumb ass away. Now the reason for this FFPA, the Federal Female Protection Act, in my super strong, pure facts and morally speaking, when God made male and females, excuse me, let me correct that. I want to put that in the right order. When God made females, then males, the male species is the only advantage we got over a woman is our physical strength. That's it. You know, God made us more stronger than the female, physically speaking. That's it. So, you know, therefore, making the female species more fragile. There is absolutely no excuse for a male to take violent action against any female under any circumstances. A slap, a punch, nigga want to shoot for whatever reason because she don't want to mess with you no more. This shit ends with this law here, homie. Ain't no circumventing. I'm not trying to hear nothing. Second page. There are a number of different psychological illnesses a male can cause a female to have. Although I can name all of them, I'm just going to give you this major majority one in this brief analogy. Male meets female. The male got attracted to her perfect 10 figure. They fall in love, have kids. In most cases, the female loses her figure after the birth of their children. That doesn't make her a piece of shit because she lost her figure. Society have you tricked to believe that. The male being tricked by society to believe that he must always keep a female with a perfect 10 figure start to lose interest and decides to cheat. She detects it and respectfully confronts him. He lies, of course, and says everything is fine. However, as intelligent as the female species is, she knows he's lying because they barely spend time together like they used to before she had the children and lost her figure. Couldn't stay from out her ass. Every time you turn around, he putting his tongue in there. You know, now all of a sudden he don't got no interest because she figured like, okay, she lost her figure after the babies. After some time has passed, she got herself together, not to catch him, but for her own personal reasons. He notices it and wants her back. She's completely over him because of his betrayal. He gets jealous because of her new man in her life and decides to try to bring mental and or physical abuse her. He's completely wrong and he's going to pay. How much? It's on that defendant. You know, you see him, damn, that baby looking good. You know, you had that baby. You lost her. She moved on with her life because you broke her heart so dearly after she had the babies. And all of a sudden you think you want to come around and cause mental stress, calling all type of hoes, bitches, or fuck you then hoe, or well, let me see my kids. Knowing damn well you don't want to see the kids. It ain't about the kids. You understand? It's about you trying to get her back and use the manipulation part and all that to try to win her back. She completely over you, home skillet. You need to slide on about your business and finish doing whatever you're doing. Because it's over. Now, because I fully understand that the human life, let me rephrase that. Because I fully understand that in human life, because I fully understand that humans like to try to play mind games, I had to make this law a slightly double-sided coin. For example, if any female, once proven in a federal court of law, has been convicted for perjury for lying on her male partner about any part of this FFPA, she must be sentenced to 15 months in a federal prison and fined $15,000, and the male defendant's conviction reversed and vacated in order to be released from prison effective immediately. Here's what I mean by that. You know, because the coin go both ways. You know, she might want him back or whatever the case may be, and he don't want to vibe with her no more, whatever the case may be. So she decided to lie and say that he abused her. You know, once it's proven that she lied about that, then you know, of course, he has to get effective immediately released from prison, wherever he's at, and then she's going to go on for 15 months. But those cases are very, very rare, you know. So like I said, oh, this is what I wanted to talk about too the first time on the first one. I said that female abuse, it comes physically, not only physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and you know, just whatever elite that come along with it. Now, with that being said, financially abused. Say for instance, you know, how everything's supposed to be done down the middle 50-50 with your wife or your girlfriend or whoever the case may be. It's supposed to be 50-50. Fuck what everybody else say. The law says it's supposed to be 50-50. Morally speaking, even if the law didn't say it's 50-50, you should, as a man, should know that it should be down the middle with your wife, with your significant other. Especially if she's the reason why you are successful. She's the reason why you come up with these good ideas in the boardroom, but you don't want to give her credit for it or whatever the case may be. It needs to be 50-50 down the middle. Now, you got these people that say, you got this couple that got $10 million. You know, the female lucky, if she's very lucky, to maybe have $1 million in the bank. You know, he's gonna continue to penny pinch her. And you know why he's gonna continue to penny pinch her? Because the males with their coward, insecure asses always want that woman to depend on him. So now let's dumb it down a little bit, because everybody ain't got no 10 tickets. For the ones that do, but you understand what I'm saying. Rich couples, celebrity couples, everybody go through this crap. The males, whoever's in charge with the capital or whatever the case may be, the liquid capital, which is money, they choose to penny pinch the woman because they know if they give her 50-50 and he abuse her, and any one of those that I just named, and she got her money up, she ain't taking none of that shit. She finna leave his poor ass. So why they stick around? Because they know that in the case that he want to continue to abuse her in any way, shape, or form, she don't want to go back to the regular life or the messed up life that she used to be. So she's trying to thug it out. But sometimes that shit wear out. A lot of times it don't. So that's why a lot of females still stay in these abusive, toxic relationships, because her money not up. That's why they want a penny pincher. Get that money up. Split it down the middle. You split it down the middle, the first time you lay your hands on it, or she even attempt to even begin to think that you're going to be violent towards her, she gone. So they devise the plan to make sure that they don't equally give the woman the money. But hey, it is what it is. That's what I say. I want to know what y'all really think about that FFPA, the Federal Female Protection Act. If you think it's too harsh or if you think it's too lenient. I think it's right on the money, because like I said, the very first time that it happens or whatever, a slap, you get 5 years violating that law. The second time you get 15, third time you get life. Now, say for instance that you got a history of abusing women, but you've been skating through the state weak ass laws, because once the female don't show up, the kids get tossed out. That's where the FFPA come in at. That's where the Federal Female Protection Act come in at. So I want the senators, Congress people, congressmen and congresswomen, and lawmakers to really think about this. These state laws is too weak, man. Too weak. Dude, get out. Do it again. This time he might kill her. Every day there are 4 females that's murdered because of abusive relationships with these cowards. That fake ass piece of paperwork in the about a restraining order, fuck that. Get rid of them. Put them down. Put that dog down. Straight up. So if the FFPA supersedes a state indictment or a state law, whatever the case may be, because he thought he escaped because he threatened her, you better not come to court, or my people coming to get you, or I'm gonna kill you when I come out. We don't care nothing about that. So prosecutors gonna supersede that shit. Go get him. Give him a life sentence. End the story. Y'all be good. It is what it is, homie. Keep your hands off God's greatest gift. Okay, now. Bye-bye then. Yang, yang, yang.